Okay, so we're gonna react. Okay, all right.
Guess longtime friends stole money from our raid lead and a couple of our other friends during FanFest. I have our raid lead here, and I got two of our friends that went to FanFest that week.
Okay.
Supposed to meet up with everyone. I got them here in the Discord, so they'll be chiming in.
I can't turn the volume up. It's up all the way.
Follow me for a while. You know our caster Sume and our shield healer Uni.
Okay.
Those two are the couple in our group, and we've played together for about.
Oh,
what is it?
God, couple? Bro, you guys raid with couples, man? I've raided with couples before. I've only seen it work twice in the history of this game.
Is it now 5-6 years? How long has it been, guys?
Probably around 6 years.
So yeah, basically it was Sume and Uni that did it. And if you guys have followed me for a while, you've noticed them on my streams. But they're no longer a part of the group. They scammed everyone into sending them money for FanFest to have a couple of our friends and our raid lead Ed, you know, travel out and meet for the first time. But obviously,
So they scammed them.
The story starts off early March when, you know, the lottery was happening for FanFest.
Okay.
None of us won any of the tickets, but
Okay.
Sume was pretty insistent.
Yo, how many of you won tickets? Because, man, I feel for this guy. I didn't win a ticket either. Somebody gave me their ticket, and I'll forever be grateful for that person. Yo, anybody got a fan fest for EU? Can I, like, bum a ticket? Yo, I'll tell you what. If I can get an EU fan fest ticket, I'll go.
On meeting everyone for the first time and hanging out at FanFest with everyone. So he says he came across a couple extra FanFest tickets, right?
We can add Nubian and other people later once I know who is going, but basically upgraded the suite for more amenities. What the fuck is that? What is an amenity? Fucking use English, idiot. What is that? Some weird dialect, man? Why you gotta... I was doing fine until this fucking word. I upgraded it because it has a hot tub in the back and a connection to their pool. Holy shit, Lampow. And that's fine. Sounds like we about to have a real good time. Gotta bring the games to Mario Party. I did mention this to Ed, but I'll be botting y'all a ticket per... Whoa! What the fuck?
I think I was one of the few that he started a conversation with, and then he branched out to others to create a group for FanFest.
Mm-hmm. Basically, the people that ended up wanting to go are Makoto, Nubian, who are just our friends. I first started raiding with them when I was a Shadowbringer's baby, and Ed. So Ed is our raid lead for our static. So he's actually played with Sume and Uni since Stormblood.
Yeah, since
that's
the
a long
first
time.
year of Stormblood.
Yeah, and this would be the first time you guys would be meeting, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, and two of our other friends, Fu and Uma, they're not in the Discord call today. That's the group for FanFest, and I got a screenshot pulled up of Sume and Makoto back in March 4th, where basically Sume saying we can add Niven and other people later once I know who's going, but basically upgraded the suite for more amenities. I upgraded because it was a hot tub.
You hear how he said that word?
a connection to their
Amenities.
pool.
He pretended
And
like he
Sume
knew what it
saying,
meant.
"We gotta
You hear
bring
that?
Games like Mario Party. Yeah,
But
we'll
I
all be
know.
botting,
That's not a
you
real
know,
word.
each
Can I
ticket
raise the
purchase for
volume? No,
two.
I can't. It's like as loud as it can be, man. I don't know.
So he's basically trying to grab everyone FanFest tickets so that we could all meet.
Yeah, I mean, we
Using
did the
bot
same
to do
thing,
it.
man.
And
I ended up
he
being
got a
able to get
screenshot
like...
on March 6th.
Oh, right. Best of Sin, 105 to Uni. Okay, so more or less, they're doing the same shit that pretty much everybody did, right? They're just trying to scrape FanFest tickets together. You know, they're buying them off of people. They're buying tickets. Okay.
May ask Makoto, and here's the screenshot of the confirmation. So this is the confirmation number for a villa in Vegas. So they said they already got this, and it's booked for the 26th to the 31st for 5 nights. It has the 4 guests. We got Sume and Uni on here, and it's there. It's done. This is the confirmation, and this is their little FanFest chat that they had. And this screenshot was back in July, so just about a week or two before FanFest. Makoto wants to get a game plan going, so he messages everyone here that night, and he's asking, "All right, guys, so we're really close to the date, and we should really start planning this through in terms of the hotel. We have the confirmation and everything, right?
Get a browser extension to increase the volume? Volume master. Add to Chrome.
So just about a week or two before FanFest, Makoto wants to get a game plan going. So he
Yo, did that
messages
work?
everyone
Okay.
here that night, and he's asking, "All right, guys, so we're really close to the date, and we should
All
really
right.
start planning this through in terms of the hotel.
Okay.
We have the confirmation and everything, right? In terms of the tickets, do we have individual tickets, or could we be provided with those, just to make the process easier and we're not relying on one person? Just smart. I would like this to be super smooth, as I know how things."
Okay, so let me get, I'm just, you know what? I'm going to guess what happens, man. Basically, they send those two all the money, and it's probably more money than what it costs. And they're not going to give any of it back. Or they send them all the money, and then the plans just completely fell through, and they kept all the money. It's going to be one of those two.
Things go
I
when it's
think.
not put together properly. We can all jump in Discord sometime this week to discuss as well. It would be better, honestly, to do it that way. Sume posted as a response, "We printed out the tickets. No, we don't have a hotel. We are staying in a box." You know, being the smart ass that he is. So basically that's saying they printed out the tickets. They got everyone's tickets already, and they have the hotel ready to go. And this is back in July, 1 week before FanFest. 4 days after that, Sume sends Makoto a message. "Makoto, would you be able to help with $110? I'll pay it back before the weekend is over. Trying to have all the adults added on cheaper
No way, Papster.
by
Thanks
doing
for
it
the resub.
early." Which kind of doesn't make sense because isn't it already booked?
Yep. Supposed to be.
110. I'll pay it back before the weekend's over. Trying to have all the adults added on cheaper by doing it early. What? Okay. That's weird.
To be.
Yeah, so was he trying to upgrade? I don't understand what this message is about, but he's asking money from you.
Didn't catch on.
Yeah, it's hard to catch on to this stuff because, like I said, we've played with each other for fucking years, man. Yeah, and then he goes on to say, "Well, technically, it's just one adult.
Hey, Brick City. Yo, they just resubbed the other day.
Maybe I can add it as a child." So he's trying to basically say he's trying to scam the hotel. Instead of having like two adults, they just have a kid,
Right.
so they get a cheaper rate. He's like, "I hate having a spending limit," and then he says, "Never mind. They said I can get the same price tomorrow. Swaying people with kind words works every time." Go figure, right?
Crazy stuff.
Yeah, go figure. Yeah. Another hint.
That is some crazy stuff. Yeah.
Actually, let me pull up the video of where you guys actually had your meeting.
Right.
Right. So it's a screen recording from a phone because we know that they were going to fucking delete all their clips, which they did, by the way. Uni deleted all their clips.
Oh my
Alright.
goodness.
I just want to go a few details. Oh, hey, see you later. All right. Details.
By the way, that's obviously Uni's voice. I want to make that perfectly clear because by the end of this video, I want you guys to understand they're going to change their names and they're going to probably try to do this again to more people. This is Uni's voice.
That's
That's Makoto
confirmations
talking.
there. What time is check-in? What's the earliest time for check-in?
7 a.m. Next.
And that was Sume's voice. Notice how he was really quick to just kind of dismiss that. Like he's not taking the planning seriously. And then I want you guys to listen to Uni laughing in the back as he's doing this.
Okay. QR codes. When are you sending those out?
Whatever you want. Next.
Send it now.
Okay.
When is
That's
check-in?
cap.
What is checkout? It's all in the app, I think. Hold on.
Okay.
So you can already see that he's not taking the planning very seriously. And I know Makoto has told me that he was pretty frustrated trying to get that put together.
Yeah, he just he really wasn't putting enough.
Okay, and I can't speak for other people, but whenever I'm trying to coordinate something with someone and they are the least bit like hesitant, sussy, not taking it serious, I immediately switch to I'm going to get this person's attention and I'm extremely stern and blunt. And depending on how that goes, which normally it goes well, if it doesn't, I back the fuck out right then and there. Because, dude, trying to plan a trip, nah. we're going to take it very seriously because it's a massive commitment to do this shit. And that also applies to raiding too. Like people I raid with, if they're late, like 1 time, 2 times, like they're done. They're fucking done. I don't play with that shit, man, because you're affecting me. I'm not going to let someone else's dumbass schedule and shit affect me. Fuck that. Right then and there, if I would have been in this situation, and I know it's easy for me to say because I'm not in this situation, but I have been in this situation before, and I am extremely upfront with everybody, extremely upfront, because I want to get this shit taken care of. You know what I'm saying?
Effort into it, and it was like, why are you brushing this off when, you know, this is such a critical point in time, especially when we're planning an event, not just for, you know, for example, ourselves, but multiple people involved. So, I don't know, kid shit, man. I apologize for cursing, but that's how I.
He was trying to kind of.
Why you
push off
apologize
the
for cursing,
planning,
man? Ain't nothing
even
wrong with
though he
cursing.
keeps
Fuck
saying,
him.
you know, oh, the hotel's taken care of, the tickets are there, but you guys still haven't physically gotten your QR codes or your tickets at this point.
The
But
tickets were for the QR codes, yeah.
yeah, he keeps saying.
That's another thing, man. You can get your code like super early. So I bought like 4 tickets and I immediately sent the confirmation email to all of the people that I bought the ticket for, like immediately, so that they knew, because there's no reason not to. Like there is no fucking reason not to send those people that information. You know, let's say you get it and you're out, you know what I'm saying? And you're like, oh no, it's fine. You know, like I'm out right now. I'll take care of it when I get home. That's fine. That's fine. But yo, within the day, if you can't find a time within that day, within 24 hours to fucking just hit forward the email to that motherfucker, then something's up. Something's fishy. Okay.
Saying he has it printed out and all that. 3 days later, Sume messages Makoto.
Who the fuck prints something out? What do you mean? Why you gotta print it out? It's on your phone. What are you talking about printing it out? What are you gonna mail it to me? You're gonna send it via pigeon mail? What the fuck? You know, it's on your phone, idiot.
Again, and saying that his bot account on Mog Station will be sending the tickets via email, including the ones they got from you that day. So he says, we're gonna be heading by car to FanFest today because our flight was canceled. Wish us luck. And Makoto says, damn, well, how long is the drive? I'll be on the lookout for the email. And he says the drive is 16 hours at the next rest stop. I'll initiate the sending through Mog Station and forward it. If it doesn't, again, at the rest stop, Uni's going to cut my hair with scissors. Let's see how that goes.
Why is it that whenever something negative happens, you always have to associate it with bald? In every situation, dude, you could be stranded on a cliff, like out of water in the heat, and you're on a cliff and you can't go anywhere. And you think to yourself, well, I'm in a death situation, but at least I'm not bald.
Goes. So it's a 16-hour drive. If you guys didn't know, they're from Texas. So they'll be driving from Texas to Las Vegas. And this was...
What? Bro, the fucking ticket is like $100. You're gonna drive 16 hours? Yo, you're gonna spend more in gas.
When was FanFest? The 26th?
20.
I think it's a 27th.
There's
or
already
28th.
so many red flags, man.
9? It doesn't matter.
Okay. So this is like good 2-3 days before the event even starts. And the hotel was reserved for the 26th. Okay. So it's only a 16-hour drive and they're starting 2 days before. And he says at the first stop, he's going to send the tickets.
No. See, this is bullshit. First off, people forget, man, that Vegas is Vegas. Okay, when you go to Vegas, by the end of your Vegas trip, 3 days, 4 days, you are absolutely fucking exhausted. And the last thing you want to do is be in Vegas anymore. I can't even imagine having to drive 16 hours and sit in a car for that long after a Vegas vacation. Are you out of your fucking mind? There's no way I could do that. Absolutely not. Not me, man.
So Uni is having me call Square Enix just to make sure our names are all correct. Okay, so he claims to have called Square Enix to make sure that all of your guys' names were on those tickets. That's from my understanding, right?
Yeah.
Yep.
Okay. This is the same day. He is saying he wanted to remind everyone each room has a resort credit. believe it was about $350 or $400. My card will be on both rooms. Just don't go crazy. If you guys didn't know, Sume is he likes to tell everyone he's rich because he sold some software to Bank of America or some shit. Sold his company for millions of dollars or something like that.
Oil Prince.
Oil Prince, yeah. He likes to tell everyone how rich he is. So he's basically balling out on both rooms, telling everyone they're gonna have a good time. And here he says,
I think he's full of shit because if you're rich, let me tell you, $350, that's nothing in Vegas. Like, what the fuck? You know how much money I spent in Vegas? I spent almost $10,000. Like, the whole trip, I spent almost $10,000. Typically, I bought everything, right? So, like, I paid for a lot of Ubers. I bought a lot of food. But look, man, I wanted to. You know what I'm saying? Because it's like once every 2 years, man. But the reason why I bring it up is because that motherfucker's not rich. If he was rich, he would be flying first class. Okay. I'm gonna let you guys in on something, okay? Once you realize that you have the means to not drive anywhere and just fly, you don't do that shit anymore, okay? You know why? Because I don't do that shit anymore, okay? Driving 16 hours? Loser POV. Loser. You know what the winner POV is? It's me up in the airplane XFFing at you in your fucking car. See you in a day, loser. Like, dude, if you're rich, you don't drive 16 hours, bro. I'm not rich. I'm not even close to rich. But I can tell you what, everywhere I go, I fly first class. So there's no fucking way that this guy's rich, dude.
and both of his brothers are going as well. Well, one for sure, the other one, and not too sure. So for sure, one brother was going.
Also, why the fuck would you only have $350 to $400, man? Like as a credit. Dude, I gambled one time. I gambled one time the entire time I was there, and it was $300, and I lost it all. I was actually up, but then I was like, well, fuck it. I'm kind of waiting on people, so I'm just going to keep going. So I started with 300, and I got all the way up to like 425, and then I lost it all. It's just, I didn't believe in the heart of the cards, man. I don't know. I just played blackjack, man.
And they'll be staying somewhere else, but y'all can be as crazy as you want. I think first thing me and Uni will do when we get there is buy lots of water bottles, Oreos too. He also says, one thing I noticed for y'all's room is that I added one adult only. I'll be there to add the second one before y'all arrive. He's basically saying, we're going to meet up that day. He'll take care of everything. This is the day, the 26th, the day the hotel was reserved and when Ed flew in from the airport. So Ed made a bomb-ass Gunbreaker cosplay that he made himself, and he was really, really excited to show off in FanFest. He was supposed to meet Sume and Uni at the airport on the 26th. Mind you, 2 days ago, Sume said they left. They left Texas to start the drive, and 2 days later, here it is, the day of the 26th, Uni sends this message to Ed saying, hello, Ed, we haven't been able to leave yet. Make sure to get a place for the night. What the fuck is this?
Yeah, so I'll chime in here. So at this point in the in my journey, like I had just landed at Vegas. I got Sume's number from him and called him. He said basically what was in the DM from Uni to me, and that they were running late. His brother is not feeling too well. They're going to be late arriving to Vegas. They're lagging behind about 3 hours. And I said, okay, that's not a problem. I understand that delays happen. And then I received that DM from Uni. And this is where I guess maybe my alarm bell should have been going off. But at the same time, I wanted to give them the benefit of the doubt, because I have no reason at this point to not believe them. And then so it wasn't easy getting a hotel last minute at that point. I will just say that.
Yeah, getting a last minute hotel in Las Vegas is very, very expensive. And
Agreed.
yeah, so Ed was basically waiting at the airport for the longest fucking time with his fiance, only to, have Sume say, oh, we're 3 hours out, all that. So he waits, and then Uni says, we haven't been able to leave yet. It doesn't make any sense, dude. Their stories aren't matching, it's not adding up. Ed sends this screenshot over to Makoto. Makoto is like, what the fuck? What about the reservation? right? Because she tells him to just get a hotel. It's the same hotel, Westgate, right?
Yeah, we went to the Westgate via Uber because at that point we had been waiting for 3 hours in the airport, kind of just twiddling our thumbs. I was DMing Sume and Uni via Discord, and I didn't want to be a pest, but at
Okay, all right, look, man, look, whenever you travel, you have to take care of yourself. You take care of you. Look, man, it was nice that they tried to sync all this shit up or whatever. And I get that, I sympathize with that. But this guy, he should have got a hotel room by himself. Even if it was for one night. Like, okay, I'm just going to stay in this hotel room the one night. I'm just going to make sure that I'm good. Because now he's getting fucked over and he got there. Dude, it's just like, man, whenever you travel, you got to be careful. You got to be safe.
the same time.
Fuck. Oh, shut the dude. You guys are so stupid. Every single fucking thing, dude. You always got some stupid, snarky, dumbass shit. Okay, like look at this. Arrow down. What even is this emote? I can't. I cannot. Pepe laugh. Arrow down. Baldo. Bulb head. Bottom right. I'm with stupid. Arrow down. FPP pop. Thank you, Azuro. A cute, people cute. Bottom or down arrow.
I wanted to know what was going on, so I was calling them every hour on the hour at that point.
Even though they were saying back when there was already, the hotel reservation, we have the confirmation in the screenshots. They're now telling them to just grab a room. Like that doesn't make any sense either.
Yeah, so I mean, it didn't make sense to me at the time. So I had taken it upon myself to just like call the hotel and see what can be done in an emergency situation, because my experience with hotels, sometimes when there's an extenuating circumstance, and you can name the person who made the reservation with a confirmation number. There is usually something that they can do. That's not true for all hotels, but it is my experience in the past.
Right.
So I had called the hotel Westgate, and it's almost like the hotel manager understood.
What'd you guys say? Did you stay at
What
Westgate?
happened as I was explaining it to him, because I could hear just the doubt in his
I stayed at the
voice.
Excalibur.
And he confirmed to me at that point that the reservation, the confirmation number I had given him, the hotel reservation had been canceled 3 days after it was reserved because the credit card was declined. So I'm assuming Westgate had like a one-night deposit requirement when you're booking or something like that. Some hotels do that. But in any
This
case,
girl's nice,
whatever
man.
was
That's
required
really nice.
at the
You stay
time
there
of
too?
booking was declined on the card that Sume had provided,
Right.
and that reservation.
I stayed
was
at. Where did we
canceled 2
stay
days
last time, Chi?
afterward.
The Paris?
Like I said, the hotel manager, he explained that to me. You could tell in his voice that, he was sad to hear my situation.
Yeah. If you guys didn't catch that, basically after waiting 3 hours at the airport and getting this message from Uni saying they're not going to make it there, Ed and his fiance went to the hotel they were supposed to stay at and tried to get a room for the night. And the hotel manager ended up telling them that the reservation that Sume made back in this one right here, this was canceled 3 days after the reservation was made because the card was declined. In hindsight, you look at all these messages of.
I thought this guy was
Sume,
rich.
saying he's gonna add this to the suite or the villa, right? He's gonna add all this stuff. He's been in contact with the hotel, but it was canceled 3 days after. And obviously, we all didn't know this, or you guys didn't know this until it was way too late. So Ed ended up having to buy a last-minute room in Las Vegas, which I'll tell you right now, it is not cheap. Here is their FanFest group chat together. Uni lets everyone know, hey guys, this is terrible news. Sume was in a call with the hotel manager for a long while and it was disappointing. Earlier, Ed called and told us that the reservation was canceled. So we called and checked. Turns out that a while back, they tried to charge Sume's card and it got declined, but didn't get notified. No emails, no calls, no notifications, nothing. But Sume was in contact with the hotel managers talking about adding a fucking hot tub trying to change 2 adults to 1 adult and 1 child. He's been in contact with these people. So he said, we thought we were getting 4 rooms in the same hotel, but it was a bit too pricey, around 3-4K, and they won't be able to accommodate all 8 of us. Also, we just had a long week, close to halfway point of the road trip.
Bruh, why don't you just get a hotel room with like 2 beds and say you're the only person staying there? What are they doing? Like, dude, this whole situation is dumb. Oh, shut the fuck. He did the pause thing. Shut the fuck up. You know what else I can do? You know what else I can do? I can do the band thing. Yo, look at that. He did the band thing. Ha ha ha. Yay.
Even though she said we haven't left yet. Sumei's brother fell sick. Thought he was fine, but we had to bring him to the hospital. So I don't think we'll be able to make it. We decided to turn back and cancel it. I am really sorry that this is happening. I'm sad. I'm disappointed. I'm tired. And I really, really am sorry. So at this point, where were you guys at this point? Were you guys all at the hotel?
So at this point, me and my fiance, it's still Wednesday. So it's Wednesday night. We got our room. We're still trying to process what happened. And Makoto and Nubian Lord were set to arrive tomorrow, the next day, that Thursday.
Right.
I mean, at this point, in hindsight, it's so crazy and obvious. But in the moment, that Wednesday night, there's still a sliver of chance that this is just like a huge misunderstanding, like family emergency kind of thing.
That's cope.
So in the
Cope.
group chat, I had told, I think even before Uni's DM that you just read, I had told everyone what was going on and told him the situation with the hotel. And Makoto had come to the same conclusion. He did the exact same
thank you
thing
very
I
much
did,
for the resub.
which was call the hotel and confirm the reservation.
Yo, Gladdy.
Which
Define
maybe we
the
should
Kano.
have done, maybe we shouldn't have, because we were all assured
Thank
that
you
it
guys
was
as well.
still, we were
Jekyll,
still good
thank
to
you
go.
too.
Of course, that's not the case when I arrived there.
Right. So you see here in the rest of these messages, this is Uma V. He says,
Can we get our
get our
money
money back? Thanks. And Nubian's asking, would definitely like the money back. Ed here is asking, but what about the FanFest tickets? You know, like it's understandable if this is a misunderstanding and they actually had to, you know, turn around. They can't go, but you know, the FanFest tickets were still purchased, right? Everyone's still asking because they haven't received their FanFest tickets yet. And so at this point, Ed, you called the convention staff, right?
Yeah, so we spend Wednesday night in a hotel room. We wake up next morning. I attempt to call Sume and Uni first thing in the morning, just to see how their brother was doing, because I'm under the impression this is a family emergency. I understand that there may have been a family emergency at that point, but at the same time, there's still things to take care of within the context of our FanFest group. So I wanted to just find a resolution. The hotel can be forgiven in a family emergency type situation. At least that was my line of thinking in the moment. But I had actually had another friend, because I got curious. So another friend of mine that was not a part of this group.
Dude, there's so many
was
red
also in
flags,
Vegas,
man.
and also
There's so many red flags. This is crazy. I feel like that they're really good people. They're really good people. They've been playing together for a while. This was the last. They probably didn't even think about this, right? They didn't even think about this. But hopefully that everyone that was affected by this going forward, it ain't gonna happen to them again. Like, I don't think they're to blame or anything like that. That's not what I'm trying to say. I'm just trying to say that learn from other people's mistakes, right? Like it was a mistake to constantly ignore red flags. It was a mistake to trust people. And all I'm saying, man, is, and I mean, I really think that they will, right? Like I do. I definitely think they will. Whenever you plan a trip or anything like that, man, it's just, you have to take care of yourself. You got to take care of yourself, man. So like, it's just one of those things, man. You just got to be careful. Okay. You just got to be careful, man.
attending FanFest. So I had asked him if he could speak with the convention staff, because I didn't have my QR code, because I was still under the impression I had a ticket to go. If he could just give them my name and see what could be done without a QR code. He calls me a half hour later and confirms to me that a ticket was not bought in either of my fiance's name or my name.
There you go. This is the message basically where it started to click. This is the day after, so July 27th. This is actually the day of FanFest, right?
It's the Thursday. So the 27th is the Thursday. The 28th would have been the Friday, the first day of FanFest.
Yeah. Okay. So here, Ed posts in the Discord tagging everyone to let them know what was going on. So he says, "Hey y'all, I want to be straight with everyone here. As far as we have come to know, we were going to FanFest as a large group to hang out and finally meet. This didn't happen. After landing in Las Vegas, we come to discover that we had no hotel and no tickets to FanFest. The story I received was that Sume and Uni were road tripping and Sume's brother fell ill. The drive from Texas to Las Vegas is anywhere from a 12-hour to 16-hour drive, depending on where you started. Sume and Uni told me that they were 3 hours away and
If you were really sick, why the fuck would you go back home when it's like 12 hours away?
needed to turn back because of Sume's brother being sick.
No, I know
I had
they're
to call
lying.
the hotel we were supposed to be staying
But it's
at,
like,
and the hotel
it's just
manager
another
confirmed to
thing.
me
You know what I'm
that the
saying?
reservation had been canceled back in March when it was booked by Sume for non-payment. No ticket confirmations were sent to us because we were
I'm just
assured
nitpicking
it was
at this
handled
point.
and printed out. We confirmed with the convention staff that no tickets were bought with our name. I don't know why they would do this. If it was an emergency, the hotel is forgiven. But what about the tickets? What was the point? Maybe this post is in bad taste, but I cannot get a hold of either of them. Currently trying to find a resolution to this."
Yeah, so I mean, I made this post simply because I couldn't get a hold of Uni and Sume. I know that, you know, if I couldn't call them,
That was bad,
maybe they're
man.
checking their notifications on, you know, some sort of device.
Pisses me off, man,
Maybe
when
they
nice
had
people
their-
get taken advantage of,
You know,
man.
their calls muted or whatever, but maybe they could still read the notification or something like that, you know, on their phone or something.
Right.
You know, I had to tell my point of my side of the story, and I had to tag everyone because everyone in this Discord knew the plan. Almost, they knew that we were meeting for FanFest. They knew that we were all going to be hanging out, and I need to let everyone know. That's just the bottom line.
After he posted this, everyone started like chiming in their own little, you know, story with Sume. Here's Anna saying, "I should have known better after he promised me a Titan and didn't follow through. However, since we got confirmation,
A
I rolled with it.
Titan?
It was just little things before."
What the fuck is that? Oh, a graphics card. Okay.
They're right. Everyone started chiming in little things, like whether it be asking a little bit of money for something and for something in return, you know, or like a free gift, like a graphics card, because apparently he's promised a lot of people graphics cards. Anna's one of them. Aaron's another. Sydney's another. Makoto and Nubian, right? Like,
Yeah.
Yep.
And the interesting thing about that is there were people that got promised free things, stuff like that. And we would talk to each other about it. Like, did they promise you something? But when we did talk about it, we somehow never talked to somebody that also got promised it. We never overlapped throughout
Yeah.
all the years.
mhm.
So it kind of just died because there was no harm from it.
Hmm.
At least
Yeah.
them promising stuff and then us getting it for free, but actually never getting it. So it was like, okay, they promised something, we didn't get it. I didn't lose anything. I don't care.
Right. Yeah, it's like a
I
no harm,
have,
no
man, when I interact with people, I pick up on a lot of little things that people will do, like being late, saying things and don't follow through, lying. I notice all that. I notice all those little things. All right, I'm a really dumb person. Okay, I'm not very smart, but I'm good with people. I've been fucked over a ridiculous amount of times in my life. And each time I've learned, okay, this is how they did it, and this is why they did it, and this is what they did when they did it. People imitate. When somebody lies, you know, another person will lie the same way. And you can see that. And I've met a lot of people, man, My experience being in a band was actually one of the most critical things in my life. Like, I met a lot of scummy people, and it showed me like what people do, who people really are in bad situations. Because the thing is, you never really know somebody until the situation is bad. Who they really are as a person will come out. And either you're gonna like take responsibility, or you're gonna be a bitch and you're gonna run from your responsibility. You know, you're gonna try to do this shit. You're gonna try to scam people, you know, shit like that. I'm 3,800 years old. And over the years, I've picked up on all these little tiny things, these real small things, especially when people will say like, nah, I'm not like that at all. And then it makes me think to them, it makes me think to myself, I bet they are like that. I bet they are. Because else, why would you say it? Why'd you say it? Are you self-conscious about it? Have people bullied you about that? Have you done it in the past maybe?
Foul type deal because it's so small and minuscule. And throughout the years, that stuff just kind of just goes under the rug when you think you're friends with two people, right?
So I'll chime in again too. So Sume, but over the years has, like mentioned before, touted himself as someone who's in a position where he doesn't have to work anymore. He is very well off, financially, and there is really nothing that was shown to me or even offered to me as far as like the other members of the Discord stories, like being promised, free gifts or certain computer parts at the expense of shipping. So for Sume to, offer a hotel in Vegas and FanFest tickets wasn't outlandish at the time.
Right. No, I agree with that because he's always talking about how rich he is, and we've all known that for all those years. So a chance to meet with everyone, was an opportunity to really pass up,
Agreed.
So after everyone in the Discord starts, chiming in on their stories, everyone's starting to, pick up what's being put down in terms of, what's happening to everyone. Everyone's starting to call them and realize that this is fucked up, that they're probably scamming them.
Mm-hmm.
Personally, what was going through my head when I was reading through all this was like a small glimmer of hope that there's no way that two of our friends that we've known for so long would ever do this to us. It was like, hopefully to me, that this was just going to be some kind of misunderstanding, like Ed was saying, because I love playing with all you guys and you guys really made me love this game. So I was really hoping that this wasn't going to be what we all were seeing it turn out to be, just one big scam. So Uni actually responds, it's that Thursday, a really long message.
Okay.
She says, okay, so to start, you guys are terrible for calling us scammers. You think Sume's brother being in the ER would be constantly checking Discord? You think with all the stress, anxiety, and fatigue, I would focus on all that? Fuck no, I won't. For one thing, you guys didn't even know the situation we're in from last year. I don't show that shit to everyone. After 5-6 years of friendship, this is your true colors. So basically, you're telling
No. Here. I'm saying this for your benefit, okay? It does not matter how long you know someone. You will never truly know somebody. Never. I had a friend. He was my best friend, okay? Like my best friend. I loved this guy. I really did. He was the singer of my band. He was my best friend. I met him in the 8th grade and we knew each other for 10 years. A fucking decade. He ended our friendship for a fucking woman. 10 years of friendship. He threw that away for some pussy that he didn't even get. So a long time ago, I dated this girl for 5 years. We met when I was like 20 and we broke up when I was 25. We were together for 5 years. 5 years is a while. Anyway, we broke up. The reason and all that shit, what happened after, that's a different story. I'm on, dating websites. I'm going to clubs. I'm doing all this shit, right? Because, my relationship just ended and I was like, well, fuck her. I'm going to get hot, So then I start, I start going to the gym, and I start losing a bunch of weight. You want to see fuckboy Tyler? Yo, look at that. I was, meeting women, hanging out, fucking, getting drunk, doing all this stupid shit, All right, I'm talking to this girl, we go out on a date, come back to my place, do some Netflix and chill, we end up fucking, and then I ask her because she's like
So when I dated my ex from 20 to 25, I missed out on a lot of dating and things were much different. So I'll explain. So when I first started to date, take girls out and stuff, it wasn't just fuck on the first date. It was, you had to work up to that shit. It was like the first date, you went out and you maybe held hands, you know? Then the second date, you went in for a kiss, you know? And then the third date, you did a little bit of dry fucking, you know? And then the fourth date, you know, you fucked, you know, shit like that, okay? So you had to work up to it, okay? But because times changed, I didn't realize. Because now you just go on the date and then you fuck the first date, okay? Now that's fine. There's nothing wrong with that, okay? Hey, it's cool. It's cool. I'm down. I dig. But I wasn't aware of that at the time. So, you know, we hung out, went up fucking, and then I tell her, I tell her, I'm like, we're like laying there like naked, right? And I tell her, I'm like, so are we together? And she's like, whoa, isn't that going a little too fast? And when she said that, dude, when she said that, I thought to myself, okay, you know, I'm not going to tell you I thought to myself, I just came inside of you, but dating is too fast? Okay. I was like, okay, so you're totally cool with just fucking and that's it. And she's like, yeah, that's what I would prefer. And I was like, okay, yeah, that's fine with me. So that's what we did. I'm talking to her. I'm going, you know, I'm still going to parties and stuff, going to clubs and stuff. And then my friend, now this is circling back to my friend who fucked me over. He was super into her. And I could tell, but she didn't like him like that. I remember him saying, you know, I really like her. I think she's really cool. And I asked him, I said, I mean, are you like into her or something? Cause I can stop talking to her, man. Cause I mean, we're nothing serious. And he was like, no. So I was like, hey man, if you want to try something, then like, I'll fuck off, man. Like, you know, we're just having fun. You know, she's just, you know, she's cool to hang out with, you know, we fuck and then that's it, man. I'm not looking for anything serious. So he was like, no. You know, it's fine. So then he fucks me over, man. He tells her that I'm like doing all this shit, like going to clubs and shit and fucking because so basically like I had this friend from work. Cause I used to work at Aaron Sales and Lease. And me and him would go out partying sometimes. Sometimes we would go to a club or whatever. It wasn't like every weekend, but it was like, you know, maybe 2 or 3 weekends out of the month. He told her that and she got like super shitty or some shit. But he told her that because he wanted her to not talk to me anymore. Now keep in mind, this was like 12 or 11 years ago. This was like 11 years ago, 12 years ago. I was like, dude, what the fuck is wrong with you? Like, why would you tell her that? I found out that he was like secretly talking to her like behind my back. But the whole time I was like, dude, if you want to talk to her, I can fuck off, man. We've been friends for 10 years, man. 10 years. You can tell me anything, man. Like anything. He was my family. You know what I'm saying? And I tried to tell him, I was like, why? Like, dude, I'm not even into her. Like, I'm not even that into her. Why wouldn't you just talk to me about it? Why wouldn't you just ask me, man? We can talk about anything together, like literally anything, man. If you like, dude, if you shit yourself and you need a pair of pants, just tell me and I'll bring you a pair. I'll give you my pants, you know? Like that's how much I loved him. This person isn't even going to be in my life for very long, but you have always been there. You know what I'm saying? You've always been in my life, you know? Now, he'll never admit it, but he was ashamed. He was embarrassed. He hated what he did, but instead of taking the route of, hey man, you know, I fucked up, I'm really sorry, taking responsibility, instead of taking that route, he went on the defensive. He was like, no, you're a shithead, fucking liar. And I'm like, what did I lie about? What the fuck did I possibly lie about? I don't understand. And you know, of course he couldn't answer. You know, he's just basically like, he's just saying shit to say shit. So we had a mutual friend. The mutual friend still talked to both of us, right? Because I mean, you know, nothing bad happened between my best friend and him. So, you know, they still talked and I would like ask about him. I was like, what the fuck's he been up to, man? Like, what's he doing? Is he even like, does he even realize that he like fucked me over and shit? I mean, there's a lot more to it, man. There's a lot more scummy shit. Like he would take her out, but it would be like all behind my back. Like he wouldn't tell me about it. But the fucked up thing is if he would have told me, I wouldn't have cared. Like I literally asked him from the start. I was like, dude, do you want me to back off? Cause I will. Like, it's like, we're just friends, man. We're just fuck buddies. That's That's it. We're just friends. I was so upfront with him about everything, and he still like fucked me over. And I'm like, dude, you're supposed to be able to talk to me about anything, about everything. I tell you everything. You know, if there's anything in my life that's bothering me, I'll tell you. He was just insanely self-conscious. He was jealous. This is the tragedy of the whole situation, is that he didn't have to be. If he would have just been like, hey man, I kind of have a thing for her. Can you like, you know, fuck off? I'd be like, absolutely, man. Abso-fucking-lutely. I'm done. I'm never going to talk to her again. You know, boom, you know, because I value you that much. You know, like I want you in my life that much. You've been in my life. You know, you've been there for me. You know, what's fucked up, man, is like, man, his fucking dad kicked him out of his house. And you know who the fuck gave him a place to live? Me. Well, actually my mom, but I asked my mom, but this was back when I was like 17. You know what I'm saying? This is why I said the last time I talked to him, I sent him a long ass email explaining the entire situation. You were being shady. You were lying to me all over a girl, man. But I told him in the email, I said, hey man, you know, I told him all this shit. I explained and I said, I'm not going to try to contact you again. If you want to apologize, if you want to try to rectify this situation, then you can. And I'm just going to leave it at that. And to this day, he hasn't fucking messaged me. I mean, I don't live in the same state anymore. He probably doesn't even know how to contact me. The whole point of this is that I have no idea why he did that. And he said he really liked her, but he never got with her. They never ended up being anything more than awkward friends. She didn't like him in that way. You know, I tried to tell him that he's wasting his time, but he didn't listen to me. He thought that I was telling him that because I was jealous that he liked her or some weird shit, man. Anything sexual or anything like that, I am extremely upfront with people, man. I really am. Like, I don't want to be in any awkward situation like that, man. Like, I'm extremely blunt when it comes to anything like that. Like, over the years, man, I'm a very upfront person. Like, if I'm thinking anything, I'll say it. Now, I didn't mention everything, obviously. Like, I didn't mention like all this stuff that he did, but it was basically just, he was trying to form this like romantic relationship with her without telling me or without letting me know, but he didn't need to. I had a friend for 10 years and then all of a sudden out of nowhere he did that. I haven't talked to him in like 13 years and I would love to see what he's been up to. I would love to see where he's gone in life. You know, it would be like a blast from the past kind of. But don't get me wrong. Don't get me wrong. He's fucking apologizing. He's fucking apologizing to me. And it don't have to be some grand thing. It can literally just be like, hey man, I fucked up and I'm sorry. That's it. Boom. As long as you take responsibility and you acknowledge that you made a mistake, then there's like 99% chance, man, I'm just going to be like, hey man, everybody fucks up. It's all good. You know, we'll just move on. I'm definitely open to talking to him again. I would love to talk to him again, you know, just to see where he's gone in life, man, because that's 13 years. Like, dude, I'm a completely different dude. Look at this shit. You know what? This picture was taken in his bathroom. This picture was taken in his bathroom and it was like 3 or 4 days before all that bullshit drama went down or some shit. Okay. Anyway, look, man, sorry for the long story, man. It's just, if you toned out or whatever, if you don't listen to anything I say, just listen to one thing, okay? Listen to one thing, and just to protect yourself, okay? To protect yourself. You do not really truly know a person. No matter how much you think you do, you don't. Never think that someone cannot do something stupid, okay? Now, you don't expect them to. Don't expect them to. But don't be surprised if they do. You know what I mean? Because people are capable of anything, man. Every time you can, and if possible, just protect yourself. Never think that just because you've known someone for 6 or 7 or 10 years that they're going to be perfect, because they're not. Okay, because no one is perfect. So that's it. Yeah, he's looping. Yeah, shut the fuck up. Yeah.
Telling us that we're in the wrong. They didn't scam us. You know, this is what they would do after all that years of friendship.
Sorry for the long
They're
story.
victims.
They're victims, man. Because real life emergency is occupying my time and you guys want to assume what you guys wrote, then that's unfortunate. I don't have that time for that kind of drama. You know what? I'll reveal it here. So here is where she starts just, you know, being, I guess, revenge on everyone for talking shit about her and calling them scammers. She says, you guys didn't even pay for the stay in Vegas. We did. You guys didn't pay for all of the tickets. Only like 75% of it. You guys didn't win the ticket.
You guys didn't even pay all of the tickets. Only like 75%. What? That's pretty much the entirety of the tickets.
Ticket through the lottery, and we try to help you attain them because you guys wanted it. We pretty much sponsored your dirty ass places to stay for this shit. So here she starts name dropping people. So she says, "Oh, and Ed being unintentionally stranded in Vegas, we told Sume, even called and, dude, her fucking writing. We told and Sume, fuck Uni, dude, even called him to say that we were delayed. Whose decision was that? Whose fault was it that they wanted to fly to Vegas on Wednesday? Me, Sume? Do I have control over everything you guys do? Fuck no." And Ed didn't even respond after that when we told you we'd be delayed. Who planned all of this shit to happen last minute? You think I can see the future? Plan for Sume's brother to be in the hospital right before FanFest? You guys really think after 5 years of friendship, here's the second part, I would only scam so little? Do you guys really think that if I was a scammer, I would be saying this right now after you guys are talking shit about us? And then she starts name dropping everyone else in the Discord who had their own story.
I mean, yeah, you only scammed them for that much because that's all they had. If it would have been any higher, it would have been more obvious. Like, see, that's the thing. People think that scams have to be millions of dollars. No. Has anyone actually ever contacted the Nigerian prince and got the $1 million that they won? You know, no. Scams like these are way more effective because it's not like $10,000, $20,000, you know?
To share about Sume and Uni. Oh, and Sydney, you not getting that GPU? That was an extra that Sume had, gave you for free, and you say this? Well, he never got it, by the way. What a way to add into the drama fire just to get some attention. Oh, and Aaron, the gotcha money we spent way back then was our hard-earned money. We haven't spent much money on games anymore. And Siri, you know our circumstances. We asked you genuinely and openly because I thought we were friends and we needed some help. You know what position I'm in. You know what happened to us. So why are you adding into this? Oh, and where did you get that 1K from, Blake? I got pictures from your bald head from my PayPal.
Dude, why does it have to be like that? Why couldn't it be, I got pictures of you from my PayPal? Why does it have to be, I got pictures for your bald head from my Yo, he's bald, dude. He's bald! No. I checked on the rules. It's okay for bald people to make fun of other bald people. Fucking bald idiot. Bald Blake? Okay.
I know all you guys care about is money and feeding to the drama. You guys have been harassing us over DMs and Discord, and you know what? I'm done. I'm hurt. I'm depressed. Seeing that's how you guys feel, I'm disappointed. I haven't slept properly or eaten properly, threw up from stress overnight, and from being worried about Sume's brother that's still not awake. See it as a lie or truth. Up to you. Ugh, fuck.
Crazy hearing that again, man. It makes me mad all over again.
Yeah, so she is just telling everyone that we're the assholes for thinking they would do something like this to us, you know? And so these are the screenshots that she attached to that message. This is a receipt saying that these FanFest tickets were purchased in March 15th. There's one on March 6th. There's 6 tickets total, all the same price. These are the QR codes that never made it to any of our friends, by the way. And the other screenshot is Foot sending money to Uni. And then this one is Makoto sending money to Uni. This is Nubian Lord sending money to Uni. And this is Ed sending money to Uni. So all she did with these, and Ed brings it out here, Ed responds, this doesn't clear up anything, and I hope you understand that. Why was the hotel canceled 3 days after it was booked? Why was it so hard to send us confirmation for FanFest tickets? These screenshots do not answer a single question or allegation.
You could just Google those
my trip based on the reservation. I went to the actual convention center and talked to them. Our names simply were not there. Even after it was said our names were on the tickets. Angry Black Man is Makoto. He says, why couldn't you just tell us that this was happening and it's canceled? Why leave us and tell us the day of and stop responding only to write this shit? And he makes sense. There was no communication. This is what Makoto was trying to prevent by trying to have everything planned out like a week or two before, 2 weeks before, so that stuff like this gets communicated, you know? And here he's saying, stop hiding. Let's talk this out. If Sume is using you, you better say something. I'll jump in chat right now and we can talk. This is Sume and Uni's Discord name. And he's like, I'll hop in chat right now. Let's talk. We can go. And here's Nubian Lord at the bottom saying, I'm looking for my money back though, for real.
He ain't getting it back.
It's a real deal, man. Money back.
Dude,
I haven't read that since
since it was posted.
since I got back. Yeah, it's really upsetting.
Yeah. Because essentially, like, you guys were left there in Vegas. Like, thankfully, you guys were able to get a room and, like, figure stuff out over there. But, like, the canceled hotel, the no FanFest tickets under your names, when everything months before was guaranteed by Sube. He was in contact with the hotel just a freaking couple weeks before. On the 21st of June, he's saying, I wanted to remind everyone that this has this. And that he's telling Ed he's gonna send the tickets via email when they hit their first rest stop, you know. And so here's what someone in the Discord, it's a buddy of ours, Keith, he responds, and it's a really good response, basically calling them out and everything they said. He said, "You guys didn't even pay for the stay in Vegas. We did." And he responds with, "Obviously not. You prove that by showing them the money that they're giving you. You guys didn't win the ticket through the lottery, and we tried to help you attain those because you guys wanted it." He responds with, "Where are the tickets then? What was the agreement on paying for those? COD? What the heck is COD?"
I think it's an acronym. I don't know what the acronym
It's
stands
like
for.
money on demand. It's
Okay.
like
Uni
something
says,
on demand,
we
I think.
told him and
Yeah,
Sume
or
even
cash on
called and
delivery,
told
yeah,
him
yeah.
that we were delayed. Keith responds,
you do that
"Delayed is
sometimes through
different than
PayPal.
not showing up," which is true. The delay was 3 hours, right?
Yeah.
When in actuality they haven't left, according to what Uni said. So Ed was stranded there at the airport with his fiance. And then she says, whose fault was it that they wanted to fly to Vegas on Wednesday? And then Keith responds with, plans were made months in advance to meet and get settled in for a long week with friends on the assumption it was all taken care of by you. And they have led all you guys to believe that it was being taken care of. So again, this might seem weird to, you know, strangers who are looking in, right? But these are longtime friends. We're longtime friends. There was literally like zero reason to doubt why they would
It
do
doesn't
something
seem weird
like
to
this.
me.
It was unexpected.
It doesn't
And
seem
Mimi
weird to
says,
me.
Who planned all of this shit to happen last minute? Keith responds with,
But like I
"Sorry,
said-
but you have
It doesn't seem weird to me at all. It was the last thing on their mind. It's only until something like this happens to you. I guarantee you that these guys are going to view friendship differently after this. I bet you that they will never assume the same shit that they assumed in this situation ever again.
obligations.
This
and
shit
people
sticks
who
with
are
you, man. It
relying and
hurts.
Depending on you,
You know, it
The
sticks with you.
6 you screwed
You know?
over there are people, and they needed you. Why was the hotel canceled? Where are the tickets? Why did you refuse to answer the phone or DMs? Are you going to refund people? Are you sorry this happened? And those are all questions that were not answered in Uni's post. All Uni's post did was gaslight everyone and tell us how bad of friends we are and that they would never do this. And basically,
Yeah, that's dude, that is the same shit that happened. That's the same approach that my friend did to me. He was extremely defensive. He was just saying random shit, gaslighting, just fabricating these lies. The same shit. And the reason why is because they know they're in the wrong. They know. So they feel like if they fire off all this dumbass shit, you know, you'll get like either confused or you'll try to focus on one of them, and it's just rapid fire nonsense. It's all hot air. None of it matters. It's all fucking lie.
that we're the bad people. We're the assholes. They did nothing wrong, but they didn't answer anything. And you saw the responses from Ed and Makoto. They're not malicious. They're simply just trying to get answers because they're not communicating. They're not answering the phones. They're not answering DMs. And at this point, Sume and Uni are MIA. We have never heard from them since this.
Oh, yeah.
And
And
the
you never
day
will.
After,
Well, probably not.
Ed, Makoto, Nubian, Fu, and Uma are all still in Vegas together. They all got rooms together. So they stayed overnight. This is what they found the next day. That screenshot that Sume and Uni posted saying, we bought the tickets.
This doesn't show anything. Like, if you have this screenshot, then where were the fucking QR codes, man? Ain't that hard.
Well, it originated from this Reddit post 5 months ago. It's the exact same times. Wow, I can't zoom into it. Same place. Same price, number of tickets, everything. This was screen grabbed. This Reddit post is actually a screenshot from a fucking Twitter post, right?
Yep.
This is what they used to try to say, hey, we got you guys the FanFest tickets that our friends never received. And that the convention staff at FanFest confirmed were never purchased under their names. This alone ruined all credibility and erased any doubt that our friends got scammed at FanFest. Money was taken from them. There was no hotel. There was no FanFest tickets. And everything Uni posted, you can't trust. Everything she says here, everything about the friendship, this is our true colors, all bullshit. Because they try to trick us. I'm not gonna lie. When I read this and I saw that, I lost it, dude. I was so pissed because up until this point, I was really hoping that none of this was gonna be true. But now you can't trust anything in their story. You can't trust that they turned back. You can't trust that Sume has a fucking brother, dude. You can't trust any of it. I left their Discord at this point, and from this point, obviously, you know, our static is blown up. It's such a mess. It's such a weird situation to be in. That's pretty much the story, you guys. That's how two former static members and two people we thought were our friends that we've played this game with and had a lot of memories with in this game stole money from our friends and have nothing to show for it. No apology, nothing. They're gone. What was going through your guys' head after you guys found out that this was a fake screenshot?
I hope I find him in Vegas. Let me see you in Vegas. Let me see you walking down the strip. I wanted violence, but nah. Even if we did find them, as much as
Nah,
I
you ain't
would've
gotta find
really
them there
wanted
because
to
they're
do
not going,
something,
man.
Ultimately, it's not worth it. But granted, if we actually did, you know, had we found a way or really thought it through, we could have got them over to a police station and really taking steps at that point. Yeah, it was just unfortunate, and we just made the best of it, and it just sucks that it came at a price.
It definitely came at a price, man. I'm glad you guys were able to make the most of it, dude. Nobody should ever have a bad time in Vegas.
Oh,
I
they
was
took
gonna
the money
say,
that was sent and went.
Yeah, even typing
Oh.
out my at everyone message, it was a very surreal feeling because there's no way that this is happening. There's no way that how could this happen? How could someone do this to someone else? And things like that were running through my mind. And then the sliver of hope that I was holding out before I found this Reddit or Twitter post of the screenshot, like there was still, that chance that it was all just an actual family emergency and stuff like that. But no, I'm very grateful that I got stranded in Vegas with the people I did get stranded in Vegas with. I don't know what I would have done without them. Uma, Foot, Makoto, and Nubian Lord. I simply just can't express the gratitude I felt at that moment when, we all came together and just, made the most of. I'm tongue tied here, I guess.
Take your time.
Yeah, it's just on one hand, yes, it was a very expensive thing to go through. I don't know if that's the right word, but it was an experience to go through. But on the other hand, I learned that weekend, that I do really have a lot of true friends that I got to meet for the first time that weekend. So I look at that.
Man,
side
that's
of it
really good.
So then, what happened to me.
Man, that's really good, man. That's see, that's what I'm talking about, man. Who you are as a person comes out in like dire situations, right? I mean, like I don't know this person, but I don't know. I mean, my first impression of them is they're a really good guy. They were in an absolute shit situation, right? They got, scammed out of like $1,500 or however much they said, $1,200, $1,400, but they still managed to have a good time. Some people would have approached that situation entirely different than that person. Like I mean, like I don't know. I have a lot of respect for that mentality. Like you're trying to make the best out of a good situation. I feel like you're not gonna let, like, even even though that situation was so bad, you're not going to let that drag you down, man. He just said they met for the first time. That situation could have been they went there and then they just turned around and went home. And they didn't even get to Vegas, or well, you know what I mean? They didn't even get to convention. They didn't get to meet anybody. They didn't get to do anything because they got scammed. They just turned around and went home, but they didn't. So I don't know, man. I've a lot of respect for that.
I am over it. But one thing that always was going through my head was with the doubling down of the sick family members and going to the hospital. I work in the medical field. I knew from the start that's not right. That doesn't make any sense.
Right.
It was so. It's like I got the answer earlier that we needed. Didn't want it, but it didn't change.
I mean, I guarantee you though, they ain't
It
gonna
didn't change anything for us.
the next
already
the next
lost the money.
fucking vacation or whatever it is they
I
take.
think we're already.
They're gonna
down
think
there.
about it different.
So it was just a matter of
Guarantee you.
just make the most of it.
Yeah.
Like Makoto said, we had a great time together. It was just
Mm-hmm.
unfortunate we didn't do what we planned on doing
Right.
with everybody.
Yeah, and none of us are fucking lawyers, man. Like there's not a clear route we can take legally or how to approach it legally. But I also feel like taking that approach would just be really exhausting, you know?
Nah, it ain't worth it. Okay, I'm just gonna say this: lawyers are insanely expensive. Okay, they're like really expensive, and a majority of cases, unless you're like well off or something, or unless you have the money to do it, it's not worth it. Basically, okay, guys, if you think that $1,500 is a lot of money, okay, I'm gonna tell you this right now: hiring a lawyer, just the retainer alone, is gonna be like 7-8K. And for those of you that don't know what a retainer is, it's basically you're gonna give them money, so you give them $8,000, and then they're like, okay, now we can start the process. Now we can start. So basically, there's this pool of money there, and whenever they work on your case, they just draw from it. And then they're like, oh, you've exhausted $1,600 this month. And then the next month, oh, look at that. Need more retainer money. So you just keep dumping it in. Okay. So basically what I'm trying to say here, trying to get your $1,500 back, it ain't happening. This shit's gone. It's gone. Because to get that money back, it would cost more money. And not only that, but these people probably don't even have any money. So you're not going to get any money from them because they don't have it. You know what I'm saying? I hate to say it, but they're just fucked. Unless you're searching for something else, like, I don't know, maybe you're looking to get like something else besides money and then it's worth it, right? But if you're just doing this for money, the chance of you actually getting your money back is, no, it ain't fucking, it's just like, it's so low. You know what I mean? There's just no way because these people probably don't even have $1,500 anymore.
Trying to go through a clear route we can take legally or how to approach it legally. But I also feel like taking that approach would just be really exhausting, you know? Trying to go through all those hoops. Yeah, like I feel like it'd be phone call this person, wait 6 months to hear back from this person.
That's another thing. Lawsuits take a long time, okay? They take like 6 to 8 months, sometimes a year, sometimes even longer. So like if you're going to actually try to get like some legal shit involved, you have to, 1, have money. 2, you have to be extremely patient. Well, my advice would be to not let it affect your life very much. And what do I mean by that? What I mean is like not affect your daily routine. So like it wouldn't affect like your job. It wouldn't affect like basically your lawyer is going to do all of this shit for you so that you don't have to expend any of your time to do it. Because if you have to expend your time, then it's taking away from you. But if your lawyer's doing it, then it's completely different because, well, I mean, it's not, you know, it's not like it's stopping you at all from doing shit throughout your day. You know what I'm saying?
And you know what? We never even heard an apology. We never heard about if you guys are getting your money back. Nothing, man. They literally just like up and left after being exposed.
Yeah.
And there's a lot of people involved in this. Granted, you guys took
that's what my
the
friend did to
largest
me.
hit of it, but
So my friend did to me.
everyone in that Discord who have also known Sume and Uni for all those years, played games with them, hung out with them over Discord, you know, and to have this shit happen and to have this shit drop, and then they just up and leave, like all that shit was fake to them, dude. None of it was real. And there is not a doubt in my mind, they're not just gonna quit Final Fantasy. They're not just gonna, you know, quit playing games with people. They're going to change their Discords. They probably already have new Discord accounts. They are probably gonna have new Final Fantasy accounts, and they're gonna continue this shit because we already know like they were already starting to play WoW a lot, right? And they already have a new group in WoW. So you WoW players better watch out, man. Like, these two are coming for you. They're coming for you at BlizzCon.
They might already be there, man. They
Hey,
might
wild
be-
players in the chat, watch
Yeah.
out.
They already might be in your fucking group. So it doesn't matter if we tell you, hey, this is Uni's Twitch, this is Uni's YouTube channel, this is Sume's Twitch, this is their usernames in game. Doesn't matter because they're going to fucking do this on different accounts. But I'll go ahead and post Sume and Uni's lodestone so you guys see at least with these accounts.
Oh
that you should
shit!
avoid
Posting
them.
the
All right,
lodestone.
so here's Uni's account.
Oh my god.
Unil Nuv.
Okay.
Nuve. Gilgamesh.
Okay.
This is her lodestone number right here.
Oh shit.
Yes, make sure that's captured.
So
This
I can
is-
share this, Zero.
What's up?
So I just happened to log in just to check to see what was going on, and they are no longer on Gilgamesh. They fled Gilgamesh, which is a smart move because they have no home here. But last I checked, they were on the data center. I think it's Dynamis. Yeah, and they're on a server called Seraph.
Yo, they went
Okay,
to
so they're on
Dynamis,
Seraph
man. No
and
one's on
Dynamis
that
data
server.
center.
Right. That is where they're at now.
Okay, so that's where they fled to. So you guys
Okay.
heard that. I'll fucking put it so fat on the screen. Chromix Novella.
Whoa.
Unil Nuv.
Large, sir.
That's them.
Oh,
They're gone. Yeah, they fled. They fled town. This is like Final Fantasy Bonnie and Clyde. Steal your friend's money. Skip town, man. Never to be seen, heard from again. So don't be even surprised if they're not even these characters. They probably will be these characters. They love these characters. This is what they usually look like. Granted, they can Fantasia to whatever. They can change their names to whatever. But you know what they didn't account for? We have their voices. These are the voices. If you hear these voices,
Oh my
Alright.
goodness.
if you hear these voices in your group, you now know the kind of people you are dealing with.
Unless they use a
Yeah,
voice
I'm not telling
changer.
everyone, by the way, I'm not telling this video to harass.
Or one west to learn how to speak the Uwu. And then once they will master the wise word of the Uwu, and then they will be forever gone. And that's it.
Ask them to find them and harass them. I am just trying to get this story out there because, yeah, a lot of drama happened in FanFest, but this was truly fucked up. It feels like a knife in your back to have friends that you thought you knew do this to you. Imagine if, you know, one of these big
Yo,
streamers.
hold on, man. Let's see if they've ever typed in this chat before. No. They have not chatted, but I'll ban them though.
Who have played Final Fantasy for so long with another streamer, and instead of meeting at FanFest, this happens to them. It's fucked up. Everyone was so happy to meet each other the first time at FanFest because this game, you know, brings people together. It's supposed to bring people together. And then something like this shit happens. The reason for this video is not to harass these two, but to understand that if you guys are going to, you know, raid with people like this, this is who they are. This is the type of people you're dealing with. And if you still want to play with them, that's up to you.
Oh my
Alright.
goodness.
I just want to go a few details.
That's Uni's voice.
Oh, hey, see you later. All right, details.
The one I sent recently.
That's Sume's voice.
That was the one for just you and Umo. The one
Oh, because it
that
just says
we're
one.
all.
Yeah.
Yeah, but I already
Oh.
changed that. The one
Okay.
that'll just be with the rest of the people are gonna be in a bigger room.
All right, I'm tired of hearing his fucking voice, but that's his voice. Those are the people that you're going to be dealing with if you choose to play games with them. So I really want this story to get out there because they got off scot-free. You think they give a shit about ruining friendships? They don't care. They were willing to do this from the start. Do you didn't think this was planned? This was 100% planned from the beginning. It's a very long con.
Does anyone know if
And
the
now that they
group
got
ever
caught,
found out
won't.
why they did it?
They don't care about ruin of friendships.
I mean, I
want
know it's
people to
kind
know
of.
that
It might be a
these
stupid
people
question.
Got away with.
No. I understand. No, I know. No, I understand it. Okay. let me explain a little bit. It might be stupid to ask that, right? But here's another thing. You guys have to remember that they were friends for like 5 years. Okay, so 5 years is a while. Okay, that's a good amount of time, and it never happened before in 5 years. Okay, now yeah, the little white lies, the little, yeah. But there was never any like serious backstabbing or anything that they mentioned, right? So I'm just going off of the assumption that nothing like that happened, okay? I feel like me, and I don't know how they feel, but I would want to know the actual reason. Like, okay, was it just a scam? Like, was it literally just a scam? Or were they actually in trouble and needed money? Or was it something else? I am big on knowing the reason that something happened. That doesn't necessarily make it more, I guess, forgivable. But to me, I would like to know the reason. There was no reason. They were just rats. Okay. Yeah. Okay. I guess people are like that.
This, and I don't want them to go to another group and pull some bullshit like that with them. I know.
I just feel like
says
after
that he's
years,
chalked up his losses, and it was a very expensive experience. It's still a wrong that has to be right.
I feel
I'm
like
going
after
to
years
link
of
a GoFundMe for Ed to cover the expenses that he had to do because of all this. Because he worked really hard on this cosplay.
Yeah, I feel like
he
after
was
years of
really
knowing
excited about it
someone
for a long time, telling everyone in the static, updating it.
What
whenever
was
he
the
built a new
straw that
piece,
like made them do
and
this,
it was all
right? The
ready for
straw that broke the
FanFest,
camel's
and
back.
He couldn't do that. He couldn't enjoy that. Not to mention the last minute expenses with the hotel and just the basic living stuff like food. This is at least one thing I want corrected. So I'll leave a link down below for the GoFundMe. It's going to be capped at $2,000. I'll put it on for a month, and anything really helps. But yeah, I'll leave all that in the description, and hopefully this gets out and they never get away with anything like this ever again. Peace.
Peace. Okay. I mean, I'm clapping just because, I'm not clapping because of why, like, what happened. I'm clapping because it was a good video. Yeah, it really sucks that happened to that group. Click bottom left video. Wait, what do you mean bottom left video? Sex in 3 minutes? World record? Holy.